Morning all. I'd like to do a quick presentation. I've done actually a Google document on the difference between winning and losing. What is the difference to most of us between winning and losing? I guess for most casual players, where no money's on the line like professional players, we're treating chess as a game. If you look at Wimbledon tennis has got this motto. Well, they've taken these lines from Rudyard Kipling's poem, and they use it at Wimbledon. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, it's something which is very important, perhaps. So let's have a look at this slideshow I've prepared. So both winning and losing can be enjoyed. Well, during the games, hopefully you enjoyed the most part of the games. I guess in long games over the board you could be tortured for hours and then lose. So in that way it might not be as enjoyable. But in most games I think there are some opportunities to have fun and to enjoy the game, hopefully. So regardless of the end result, during the game one hopes to enjoy part or much of the game. Both games have blunders usually at our level. For most casual players, both winning and losing have quite a lot in common in terms of blunders. And Saveli Tartago, who is well known for his witty quotations, often with a grain of truth in them, said in jest, "The winner of the game is the player who makes the next to last mistake." He really didn't consider a lot of his games to be accurately played from both sides, and that was an era before engine checking. And now we know for sure, when we look at our games, how many missed opportunities and errors from both sides that exist, even in our wins, even on our most brilliant wins. So we can say this, that they have this in common, winning and losing. The game content has inaccuracies, blunders. Both games can be reviewed after to try and improve, especially if you consider both games that have blunders, potentially. The only real thing is the end result. But the end result is really important if you consider chess as a sport. If you're considering chess as a kind of sport, if you win, you celebrate. You have a tendency to celebrate and be complacent for not doing a review of the game. So really you're setting yourselves up for future losses. Now for people losing, if they do want to turn that pain of losing, which I have another video on YouTube about, one or two, you can turn that pain of losing into a lesson, hopefully, so you can improve for the next time. So your actual underlying chess strength might improve, and hopefully you set yourself up for winning more games in the future. Now Capablanca has a very pertinent quotation about this kind of chess as a sport symptom, and he indicates this: "Most players do not like losing and consider defeat as something shameful. This is the wrong attitude. Those who wish to perfect themselves must regard their losses as lessons and learn from them what sort of things to avoid in the future." Okay. Kasparov has a very famous popular video on YouTube on mistakes, and he considers even winning or losing, he used to continually, at least when he was active, he rechecked his games for mistakes and improvements. So there's a video link here. I'll give you this whole presentation in the description of this video, so you can explore these links, by the way. But there's a great video which I recommend to check there. So now if you're a rating conscious player, okay, a loss does mean a loss in rating points, and maybe some accompanying self-esteem that brings if your rating is linked to some sort of self-esteem. But the thing is, the rating is not really a measure of your actual chess understanding. It's an external performance measure. So it might actually have very little to do with your actual chess strength and understanding. as a performance measure. That's all it's measuring, performance. And it's also in context. So you could be, bashing lots of people quite weak and inflating your rating as well, making it even less meaningful. A lot of the players get, very astronomical ratings, for example, on the ICC on the non-auto pairing. If you're just choosing opponents that you have a high probability of beating, you can rack up the points. So it makes ratings even more an artificial performance measure. So ratings, especially online where you choose opponents, can be extremely massaged. I posted this whole question to Reddit, really, and I've been wanting to post the question because actually, there's the pain of losing videos, which I had done before, but also I'd redone a couple of key pages on Chess World, actually, when you checkmate the opponent and when you resign, the options. And I thought they were interesting to consider the options which one should give players, when they've just resigned or when they've just checkmated. So that got me thinking about the topic. And I thought it would be interesting just to have a video directly on this specific question, and to engage people on YouTube and Reddit for what is the difference to you between winning and losing. So here's a tiny URL if you want to check the Redditors' reaction, and I welcome all your comments about this particular question. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.